Hello everybody, I hope you're all well, and as this video is literally being released, I'm going to be moving boxes and packages and furniture and God knows what else between where I'm sitting right now and my new place, which is rather exciting. But I do have a little bit of spare time between the madness to film one final package opening inside of this room here, and it's a shirt that I'm actually really excited to see, primarily because I wasn't aware of who the club was before I got the opportunity to buy it. So it has arrived in this rather interesting parcel here. It has come from one country to another country and then now sits in another country. So it goes in 3 separate countries, so it's more well traveled than I am. So without further ado, let's get it open. I'll show you what I've got and I'll give you the story behind the way that I managed to purchase it, and hopefully we'll learn a little bit about the club itself. So let's get it open and see what is inside. Right then, so there we go. Anything else in here? Nothing else there. Champion. Right then, here we go. There is the shirt of the rear. So it is a white shirt and it has some sponsors on there. Anybody familiar with what these sponsors are? They aren't in English, which maybe gives you an idea possibly what it could be coming from. But here is the front, so let's just hide that tag there. And there we go, there's the front. So continuation of that white body, but this time we have a blue sash running across the front there. Now that's not too bad, is it? Very, very nice indeed. It is a one manufactured shirt, which possibly should give you an idea where it's from, at least certainly the continent it's from. But if you know what my collection is like, and you've seen some of my videos actually recently, it should maybe give you an identification of what country it's from also. So that is the shirt that I have. Well done if you actually are familiar with it, because you might necessarily recognize the club crest and maybe some of the text, but it's possibly not the one you're thinking. So I will do what I usually do. I will dress the mannequin, do some little bit of research, and I'll teach everybody, including myself, a little bit about this shirt and the club. Okay then, there is the shirt standing tall and proud, but who is the club that we have a shirt for today? It is, of course, Alianza Atlético de Solana, and it's their home shirt from 2021. Now, you may have necessarily seen the Alianza part and thought, oh, I'm familiar with that team. It isn't the Alianza that you're expecting, though they are from the same country, because it is a Peruvian football shirt, another Peruvian shirt to add to my collection. Now, they are based in the location of Solana, which is in the state, I believe, of Piura, which is, I think, the same place as the Atletico Grau shirt that I got from a mystery box a number of months ago. Now, depending on how up-to-date Wikipedia is, they are the only top-tier club that is not based in a state capital, but Wikipedia doesn't get updated too frequently, certainly the English versions of non-English speaking countries, so that may have changed. The club was founded in 1920, so it's quite a sort of age with regards to it there, but they'd never won the league. They've never really been a successful team. Peru does have like a sort of a little bit of a oligopoly with certain clubs. There's the ones that you're all familiar with, and then it's kind of a bit like everybody else. They currently are sitting 8th out of 19 teams, which is a pretty solid effort, especially considering last season they finished 14th, I believe, though there was a weird, convoluted way that they did this leagues. They did phase 1 and phase 2, aggregated leagues, playoffs, so I think it was COVID affected. So this season it seems to be a little bit more straightforward. So it's just one of those countries that just have different ways they do their sort of league system. Continentally, they have had a few appearances in the Copa Sudamericana. I think maybe 2009 was the most recent one. They've never really got very far, not really past the first few rounds. So that, you know, they're not specifically a sort of a continental team either. They just sort of are a team that's fills up the league, and you know, they play top tier football, which for some is enough already. But how did I actually get an opportunity to get this shirt? Because as far as I understand it, I've never seen this shirt or this club or generally any wall-on shirts for sale in the UK, and that was because it isn't for sale in the UK. I had to use a friend, an intermediary, who was able to help supply and find the shirt. So on Instagram there is a guy called Fernando, and he has an amazing account. And not only has an amazing account, it's because he has an amazing collection. If you think I have a good amount of shirts, I have some shirts. This guy has thousands of shirts, many shirts. So it shows you that there's levels on levels of people here. And he currently lives in Switzerland, but he is a Peruvian native, and he must travel back there, I don't know how many times a year, maybe once a year, multiple times a year, see family and friends. And whilst you're over there, why not pick up some Peruvian football shirts? It only makes sense, really. So we sort of advertised that, and I just dropped him a message saying, if you see anything suitable for me, then hit me up and we'll figure something out. We tried initially to go for sort of some of the bigger teams. The difficulty was they were quite expensive, those shirts, to be honest. I was anticipating them to be a little bit cheaper, but they were like, some of them were more expensive than it costs to get the biggest teams in the UK. And I was like, I'm not dying out to get one of those shirts, so I'm happy with that. But as you would expect, if you typically sort of drop down the sort of the table, these clubs don't have as much money or have the big sponsorship deals, so their shirts generally do retail for a little bit less. And this is the one that Fernando was able to pull out for me. It was retailing without everything included, ended up being about £43, which I think is very, very reasonable. Can't really go wrong with that, especially for a club shirt that really isn't going to be kicking around the UK too frequently. So like I said, he went to Peru, bought it in Peru, then took it back to Switzerland for himself, and then shipped it from Switzerland to here. And it only took maybe, 4 or 5 days to actually get here. Swiss Post is usually pretty accurate, and there was no customs because, of course, the value was less than 43. With regards to the shirt itself, these are all screen printed on, apart from the club crest, which is embroidered, but everything else is screen printed on. It is a Wallon manufactured shirt. This is my 5th Wallon shirt, with 4 of those specifically being Peruvian shirts, and I do only have 4 Peruvian clubs there, but I don't have any of the bigger teams, I don't believe. But maybe, who knows, if they ever do appear in the UK, I could always pick up some. With it being their home shirt, this generally seems to be their colour set. They wear white, and they have a blue sash running across the front. So I think that's what they've had at least for the last few seasons, and the following season, the 22 season, is that same style also there. And it's just, as you'd expect, it has the number of sponsors sort of dotted around, Gatorade, etc. And I presume these are all sort of local Solana-based sort of brands and companies. But it's nice, it's cool. I like the little authentication logo at the bottom there. And it's just nice to get more South American clubs. It's good to have clubs that you don't see floating around too frequently. But yeah, I just want to say a big thank you to Fernando for helping me out with this. He does have a YouTube channel also, which I will link. He has an amazing Instagram account, which I suggest you follow because he has everything going on. And also possibly, maybe if you are looking to get some Peruvian shirts, he could be your man to help facilitate that. But that is it, really. That is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you enjoyed seeing this shirt. And as always, I hope you enjoy seeing my content. This is going to be possibly the final video in this room. It's been great, but we'll be moving to Pastures New. I actually don't know how I'm going to be setting up my office there, but we'll figure it out when I get there. So as always, guys, have a great weekend ahead. I know we've only been having 1 video a week, but we'll be back to the scheduled sort of videos soon enough, I'm sure. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.